Republican activists in Cobb County have voted to censure Governor Kemp, and the reason they say that he failed to curb undocumented immigration.
The resolution is merely an opinion, but supporters of the governor fear it will weaken him as he heads into re-election next year. 11 Alive's Doug Richards looks at why it matters.
Governor Brian Kemp is a Republican who is under some fire from his fellow Republicans, ranging from former President Trump to some grassroots Republicans in Georgia who like Trump better than they like Governor Kemp.
I got a big truck, just in case I need to round up criminal illegals.
When he ran for governor in 2018, one of Brian Kemp's ads promised to take on undocumented immigration. Cobb County's Republican committee voted to censure Kemp for failing to keep his promise. Debbie Dooley says she helped write it.
These resolutions are just a way of communicating to elected officials how grassroots Republicans feel. That's all they are.
Dooley says county Republican organizations across Georgia have passed resolutions censuring Kemp. Kemp supporter Jason Shepard resigned from Cobb's Republican committee after its vote.
It's just the fundamental unfairness of this resolution. I think what happened is people who are still mad at Governor Kemp wanted their pound of flesh, and this was the vehicle they used it.
A faction of the Republican Party continues to baselessly challenge the results of the 2020 election, which flipped Georgia out of former President Trump's column. Shepard says that faction was behind the attack on Kemp,
who's been a complete disaster on election integrity.
Trump himself fueled it during a rally in Perry 2 weeks ago when he made a not entirely serious endorsement of Democrat Stacey Abrams.
Stacey, would you like to take his place? It's okay with me.
I think there's too many Republicans who are right now willing to vote and against their own principles just so they can receive their pound of flesh for what they perceive as deficiencies during the 2020 presidential election.
Shepard says Kemp will still thrive because Republicans backed his pro-business policies during the pandemic. Dooley disagrees.
Brian Kemp is the one that weakens the entire Republican ticket, and that's what Republicans need to be concerned about.
Dooley is among the few Republicans in Georgia who thinks Kemp is in danger of losing the Republican primary for governor. It could happen, she says, if former President Trump decides to endorse one of his Republican opponents before the primary.